Prismari Command looks a lot like Kolaghan's Command and slots perfectly into an Is It Phoenix deck to deal with popular hate cards like Grafdigger's Cage. Can the power of Brainstorm and Faithless Looting combine with the resiliency of Arclight Phoenix and the flexibility of Prismari Command to dominate Strixhaven Historic? Coming up next with the Ravnica Historical Society. Hey everyone, before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that we'll show up in your recommended videos in the future. Let's get into it. Hey YouTube. Last week, Star City Games released a couple of articles talking about Historic. PV wrote an interesting article on the impact of Brainstorm coming into Historic, and Jerry T asked the question, will Faithless Looting break Historic? Both of these Pro Tour champions floated the idea of an Is It Phoenix deck to use both these cards. Their lists looked a little different but used similar cards. PV's list used Dreadhorde Arcanist as a way to double dip on these extremely powerful spells, and it played 4 copies of Collected Conjuring as a way to turn on Phoenix all by itself and cheat a bunch of extra cards into your hand with See the Truth. See the Truth is also good with Finale of Promise, which Jerry T used 3 copies of as well. Jerry's list went in a more mid-range direction, eschewing the Dreadhorde Arcanist for Sprite Dragon and One-Of's Crackling Drake and Ox of Agonis. Jerry sought to lean a little less on the Graveyard and the Phoenix, and instead simply relied on attacking with threats in the air. So on Reddit, a thread was asking if any of the Prismari cards were any good in Historic, which is kind of laughable by itself because did you even look at the spoiler, guys? I mean, come on, look at the title of this video. But anyway, someone suggested Prismari Command as a good addition to the deck. I initially saw the card as a good sideboard option against decks that would be bringing in Grafdigger's Cage. It's a good card, but it's too expensive to sit in the main deck and do nothing in most matchups, right? Someone else called it a windmill slam into the deck and suggested that Prismari Command could even just be discarded if 3 mana was too much because there are so many other loot effects in the deck naturally. It wasn't until I happened to click on a financial review of Strixhaven that I discovered my current perspective on the card. The author compared the cycle of Strixhaven commands to the cycle in Dragons of Tarkir and claimed that Prismari Command was the best one. The author also drew analogs between Prismari Command and Kolaghan's Command, both in their application to the formats that they're in and their prices. That's when it hit me. I'd always adored Kolaghan's Command in Modern and Pioneer. The card is just so sexy, it always seems to do everything that you need it to do at a price point way below market value. Kolaghan's Command is one of those cards that's a good draw in almost every situation, and Prismari Command is too. Both cards deal damage to something and they destroy an artifact. While K Command can get a creature back from the graveyard, Prismari Command can loot 2 cards, which is a lot more synergistic with the Phoenix deck. While Kolaghan's Command has the rare honor of being an instant speed discard spell, Prismari has to settle for creating a treasure token. While this looks worse in a vacuum, it is again a mode that complements the Is It Phoenix deck especially well. There will be situations where the Phoenix player is locked in a cage. They'll snap off command on the opponent's end step, create the treasure, and then use the 1 extra mana to get the Phoenixes out of their graveyard quicker, or bin enough cards for Axe of Agonis to be escaped. Is It Phoenix decks can absolutely use 1 extra mana. Historic is facing an injection of power that it's never seen before. It's not unreasonable to say that Prismari Command will provide the flexibility needed for a deck like Arclight Phoenix to dominate the new format. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments if you think Prismari Command is good or if you're higher on another command. What do you think is going to bring the biggest boost from Strixhaven? Thanks for watching again, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and please click that bell icon so you'll see us in your future videos. Thanks for watching so much. So after I wrote the article for today and as I was recording, Jerry actually replied to me on Twitter telling me that he thinks the Prismari Command is too slow. So I hope he's wrong. I really want it to be right, but I guess time will tell. And I want to give a big shout out to Jerry for replying. That's awesome. Thanks. And we'll see you guys next time.